Here's part 2 of the rebuild of the 83 center console. Let's get right to it. So at this point, demolition is complete, and my game plan is to add steps to the back, add on to the front deck for fishing, a little bit more space to be able to move around, a riser for the console to sit on top of, move the center console back about a foot, and then finish out the rear deck. Transom replace. We have new exterior sheathing. Got a little wild on our cut. I think it's going to be all right. Rebuild underway. Alright. New transom cut to fit. Boom. Got our wedges all spaced out to ensure that the other board's going to fit in there. This is going to replace that block to go down so I can clamp, get some pressure in the middle. Clamps, clamps. More clamps. Let's see how it goes. Transom. It's completely prepped. Got every little bit of rotten wood out. Sanded. Maybe there's a few fibers left. I think it'll be fine. Alright, we're getting ready to get it wiped down with acetone, got it vacuumed up. Got some patches. I'm gonna patch those big holes first. And I got my big piece of 1708. I guess that's what it's called. It's not what I thought it was. That's some heavy stuff. This stuff is like serious business. Maybe it's the ounces, and I got the heavier and I shouldn't have. Anyways, we're going to do it to it. Clamps, I do have. Thought I'd sell them, and I'm glad I didn't. Kind of cool seeing the fiberglass resin, the polyester resin seep out of there when I clamped it. Made me feel pretty good. Nice contact. Got all my wedges. Put a little taper on those wedges. Go in a little bit easier. Down here, it's a little bit more than 3/4 of an inch. I'm gonna have to do a little build up. Wedgie, wedgie, wedgie. Step 2, rainy day outside, moving indoors. Oh, that fan's kind of cool looking. Slow motion, but high speed. So, my work was lenient enough to allow me to use this bay garage. We got some stuff going on. It is getting serious. You wouldn't think there'd be that much carpentering to do all this, but that's what it's all about. Me, have done decided to do it to it. Built me a little platform. Yes. It's what to do. I don't know. Suppose one day we're gonna find out. Where we're at so far. So at this point, all the carpentry work is done. I've started to add smooth on epoxy to create some radiuses and stuff. The polyester resin gets along with this particular epoxy, which I find out the other brand does not get along together. It's a hard lesson to learn. Here I kept the old cutout and I added it back for the transom to build that, it was a 3/16 of an inch that I got to be able to put back on. Got the riser built, front deck, rear deck, all complete, ready to start glassing at this point. This is a Carolina flare edge that I put on. I really like it, and the steps are complete at this point. So there's the cutout side of the boat added back on to the new deck, and then I'll work the fiberglass and the epoxy back up to it. Day number, I'm not sure. It's starting to add up. Got the side of the gunnel glued up. Put the little drop down. Probably throw one more coat of good stuff on there. Got some air bubbles. Well, ain't the best resiner. And touch that. There's a bubble. Probably not good. There's a bubble. There's a bubble. Oh no. Not very good. Come around the back. Little transition here. Kind of gonna be funky right there. Got that all epoxied up. Ready to smooth out. It's coming along. This is gonna turn out nice, I think. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, medium before. After. I dig the little transition. I think it's sweet. I'm getting excited at this point with some of the work going on, getting a peek at what the boat is going to look like. The sandpaper aspect would have broke me if it wasn't for dumpster diving, as well as the black epoxy that I'm using. I have cases of it stored up, left over from projects in the past, and it's coming in very handy right now. This is just simply where the boat, if you see the Sharpie line across the bow of the boat, it's a little splash rail that I guess was the style back in this day. It's starting to come back a little bit. It was just really bulky looking, and I just went ahead and cut it down and made it a little bit lower profile, a little cleaner look. As you see at the final product, it looks pretty sharp. There's that Carolina edge, the Carolina flare they call it, where the boat just drops down. I think is awesome. This is a before and after. Little where we're at right now. Here's some of the work done. This is some more of the back deck and the steps. A little before and after here. We're about ready to move on to glassing and fairing and sanding and fairing and sanding and fairing. And it's going to go on for a very long time. So part 3 coming up.